morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from East Cobb Baseball Complex here in beautiful Marietta, Georgia. I'm Casey Bass, bringing you the quarterfinals of the Travel Ball Select National Championships, brought to you by TravelBallSelect.com. This morning, we have the LC Royals and the Alabama Elite facing off for the right to meet the West Georgia Warriors at noon right here on this same field at the semifinals as they chase a ring. On the mound for Alabama today will be Carter Frederick. We will give you your starting lineups for the Alabama Elite now. On the defensive side of the ball, at first base, Caleb Burns. Second base is Ben Abernathy. Braylon Myers is the shortstop. Ridge Raper, the third baseman. Mikey Fowler, as he throws it down to second base. As we get ready to get underway, is your catcher. Trey Wallace, Griff Minor, and Luke Smith in the outfield from right to left. Leading it off for the Royals from the Windy City of Chicago will be Jeremy Figueroa. Jeremy wears number 3 and digs in. He plays second base for the Chi-Town boys. We had them all out on the field, and then they realized with any umpiring crew, there's one thing. Get the game started as early as possible so you can get off the field as early as possible, which is one of the ways that you maximize your dollars and your time, especially with weather. But we had to hold them until 8. And with the first pitch, Carter Frederick catches the outside corner with a fastball, and he's ahead 0-1. So we're underway here from East Cobb Baseball. If you've not had a chance to see this beautiful facility, Gary Baldwin and his crew do a great job. The 0-1 is low, misses, and it's 1-1 to Figueroa. Andrew Jusky's our camera guy. Sherilyn Five-Asher, as I call her, and we'll call her the rest of the day. The Canuck is our director. As Figueroa fouls that one off at the plate, and it's 1-2. Our senior executive, wonderful producer, I guess is what you call her, is Amy Walker. And she's running around this place like a chicken with her head cut off. We're doing 4 games at one time. I remember 7, 8 years ago, 5 of us just trying our best to get one game on. But now we've got Facebook Live, and that was right after Al Gore invented the internet, though, so everything was still kind of new. 1-2 pitch, fastball right at the letters. Strike 3, and they'll throw it around, and that's the first out of the day as Figueroa goes down looking. 1 away now for Isaiah Coupe. Coupe, the first baseman. I got a new book here, 5, and I'm going to have a hard time keeping up because it's a little different than the one I'm used to. I don't have an out situation on these, so I'm going to make my own. 1 away now is the lefty, back in the box. Toes creeping towards the black, stands in. First pitch, fastball on the black. So far, Frederick having no problem wearing the black out on the right side of that plate. It's 0-1. Young man getting ahead early with the fastball, low and in. Coupe, good-looking kid. Chases a high fastball. He'll foul that on the field, too. My buddy Tom Araquazo over there probably doing his best Dusty Rhodes impersonation on the play-by-play of that game. He ducks out of the way of that foul ball, and very quickly it's 0-2. Carter Frederick doing a nice job staying ahead in the count early. Off-speed pitch, rolled over. Coming up to field, it's Caleb Burns. He'll take it himself. And that's the second out of the inning for the Elite from Alabama. 2 away now for Jaden Gonzalez, the third baseman. Gonzalez wears number 25. He'll bat from the right side of the plate. Frederick busted him with a fastball down and in, and then he ran one up and got him to chase it. And he pulled the string on a changeup, got him to roll it over. Nice piece of pitching from Carter Frederick to get the second out of the inning. Royals trying to get something going here in the first. And Jaden Gonzalez looks to become their first base runner. Gonzalez up in the box. And that's the first time that Frederick's really missed. It'll be 1-0. These Royals look to be a very patient team at the plate. Taken early in the count. This is the first time it's paid off with a non-strike call, though. And he'll take a fastball at the knees, and it's 1-1. Frederick, long legs, lanky. Seems like he's about 42 feet from the plate when he lets the ball go. He kicks that leg way up in the air and stretches all the way out. Mikey Fowler digs that one out of the ground. And it's a 2-1 count now to the number 3 batter, Jaden Gonzalez. Outfield plays him straight away, as does the infield. Even with the bag is Raper at third. Carter Frederick's going to take him a little second to try to get retucked. Listen, Sheriff, sometimes you got to get retucked. It just happens. Not normally for skinny people like Frederick, but for people that are my size, you got 3 or 4 retucks a day. It's just part of life. 2-1 pitch is lined in the right center field. Coming on and making a basket catch is Trey Wallace. Hard hit ball, but right at Trey Wallace, who fighting the sun, and that was dead into the sun. Trey Wallace makes a nice play for the third out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on. We go to the bottom half of the first. No score. Right here at the Travel Ball Select National Championships, brought to you by TravelBallSelect.com. As we get ready for the bottom half of the first inning, it'll be Mac Johnson, Ben Abernathy, and Braylon Myers for the Elite. Josh DeLeon, the double deuce, will toe the rubber for the Royals of LC. I don't know what LC is. Maybe LC's lower Chicago. I don't know. They're from Chicago, though. My second favorite city in the world. You know where my favorite city is, Canuck? For you guys who are just joining us, who have no idea who I am, one thing you'll have to learn, when I don't have a color commentary, I talked to Sherilyn Fivash, who's my producer, and you can't hear her, so just hang in there. All-speed pitch, fisted away, and it's 0-1. Montreal. I've never been to Toronto, but Montreal. I love Montreal. But if I had a good Canadian friend from Toronto, maybe they would invite me up there, but it hasn't happened. So I'm going to have to go with Chicago and Montreal. Mac Johnson looks at a good fastball, and it's 0-2. DeLeon started this thing off with a changeup, which you just never see, and it worked to perfection. He had Johnson way out in front. And now he's way ahead on 0-2, and he'll throw him another off-speed pitch like a curveball. Mac Johnson, who looks about as good getting off the bus as you'll ever see. I don't know that Mac Johnson's ever walked up to any coach ever, and the coach didn't look at him and said, boy, I sure would like to coach you. He's a specimen up there. He's in a hole 0-2, and he'll look at a high fastball. It'll be 1-2. All Around the infield for the Royals, Isaiah Coupe at first, Jeremy Figueroa is the second baseman, Galleon Coupe, the shortstop, and Jaden Gonzalez at third, Emmanuel Scott, the catcher. Here's the 1-2, and it's even at two. From right to left in the outfield, Eldridge Armstrong, Josh. All right, here we go. First time, and it's going to be the best one. Iguanawa, I think I got it right, and Trey Walker in left field. This one's going to be grounded out to short. Coupe unable to get there. And our first base hit of the game is a 14-hopper up the middle from Mac Johnson. So runner on, nobody out for the elite. It'll be Ben Abernathy, the second baseman, who looks to move him over. The winner of this game will move to the semifinals to play the West Georgia Warriors. Those boys are from Bremen. Most of them are anyway. Which is not very far from some of these young men on this Alabama team. Bremen about 11 miles from the Alabama state line. Not that I work there or anything. First pitcher in the stretch we've seen today. And you got to think they might be a little worried about Mac Johnson here. And Mac is going to go on the first pitch. It's an off-speed pitch. It looked like a strike, and it's a great throw. But Mac Johnson gets just under it. Emmanuel Scott puts it on the spot. Scott on the spot. Figueroa with a good tag, but Mac Johnson just got a great jump. And now with nobody out, there's a runner in scoring position. Unclear if they called that a strike or not. It looked like a strike from here, but it was tough to tell. So it's either 0-1 or 1-0. I'm going to go with 0-1 because I thought it was a strike, but I'm on the first base line. Another big looping curveball. See if I get some kind of indication from the home plate umpire. I do not. Could be 0-2, could be 1-1. We'll find out here in a minute. Nice lead from Johnson at second. De Leon checks him and fires. Fisted towards second base. Figueroa over, up with it to Coupe. They'll move the runner over. Ben Abernathy does his job. And there's a runner at third with one out. That's for Braylon Myers. Myers, the shortstop, will stand here from the left-hand side. Double deuce versus double deuce. And he will try to scratch out the game's first run. Mac Johnson 90 feet from home plate. De Leon likes to lead him off with an off-speed pitch. That's a ground ball out to Figueroa. That'll plate the run. Figueroa up and over to a sure-handed Isaiah Coupe for the second out of the inning. But it is 1-0 Alabama Elite. That's an RBI for Braylon Myers. 2 outs now for the cleanup hitter, Caleb Burns. I don't like this book. All three batters have seen an off-speed pitch on the first pitch from Josh De Leon. It's what you do not see at this level. You don't really see it at any level, but he's got a lot of confidence in that off-speed pitch, and he starts him off with it. Speaking of looking good getting off the bus, Caleb Burns is a hoss. And the outfield has moved back and left, but they're still kind of shallow in center field, is Iguanawa. And I guarantee you this much, Josh Burns can hit it that far on a bad day. High fastball, the big man lays off, it's 1-1. Right field's the one to keep the eye on, folks. The sun is just behind Caleb Burns right now. If he hits one to right field, Eldridge Armstrong's going to have his hands full. The play that Trey Wallace made at the end of the last inning was one of the better plays you'll see just because he was staring right into that sun. Oh, nasty off-speed pitch. Gets Burns swinging. The big man goes down. So on one hit, a stolen base, they scratch out one run. It's 1-0 as we go to the top of the second right here from the Travel Ball Select National Championships, brought to you by TravelBallSelect.com. 1-0 the score here from the Travel Ball National Championships in this quarterfinal matchup between the Alabama Elite and the LC Royals. Emmanuel Scott now, who's done a nice job behind the dish so far, looks at ball one from big, long Carter Frederick. 1-0, the Elite lead. Fastball, rolled over, three-hopper. Myers up with it. Nice stretch by Caleb Burns at first base. The big man goes and gets it, and we've got one out. Myers had to field it cleanly and make a good throw. He knew Emmanuel Scott had some wheels. And 6-3 goes Scott for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Josh Iguanawa, the center fielder. Frederick wastes no time, and I appreciate that, with a fastball right down the heart of the plate, and it's 0-1. Beautiful morning here at East Cobb. I have fashioned a curtain to block the sun from my eyes, and we are ready to go. That off-speed pitch misses low and away. When Carter Frederick has missed, that's been the spot he's missed. He likes to pound that outside black. He misses it just a little bit. Mikey Fowler didn't make a huge effort to get to it because there's nobody on. I don't blame him. These tournaments are long, and if you're catching in the Georgia heat, you don't want to expend any extra energy. Here's a high fly ball, heads up on this one. Wallace fighting the sun. He'll go back and make another great play. I know it looks like a can of corn, folks, but nothing that happens on the right side of this baseball field today in the air with a baseball is routine. Not at least for another hour and a half, because that sun is right in their eyes. 2 outs now. Trey Wallace with a nice play. That'll bring up the pitcher, Josh DeLeon. Josh will try to help himself here. And get something started with 2 outs. He reaches out and flips this one into left field. Smith coming over, loses his hat, but doesn't lose the ball. Luke Smith pulls it in, and it's another 3 up, 3 down inning for the Alabama Elite. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left off. 1-0, the Elite lead going to the bottom of the second. Mikey Fowler, Austin Baker, and Ridge Raper in the bottom half of the second for the Alabama Elite. They look to add on to a 1-0 lead very early here in this semifinal matchup. Big loop and curve, misses high and in, and it's 0-1. 100%. Josh DeLeon is 100% with off-speed pitches on the first pitch to a batter. Big cut out of the catcher, Mikey Fowler. And it's 1-1. Mikey didn't get cheated on that swing. And he's another big cut. This one's driven to left field. Going back for it is Trey Walker. Just before he gets to the warning track, He will haul that one in, and Mikey Fowler got a hold of one and just missed, pounding it off the wall in left field. He knows it, too, as he comes back to the dugout. That was close. Mikey's one of them guys who's up there looking to rip. He's a catcher in the heat. He knows if he gets it over the fence, he didn't have to run. Conserve energy. Austin Baker now. Another off-speed pitch to lead the batter off. He just noticed things, folks. It's pretty obvious. De Leon likes his off-speed. 1-0. Another off-speed pitch misses away, and it's 2-0. And now Baker's in the driver's seat. Let's see if they green light him here. And there's a fastball right down Peachtree. 2-1. 2-1. 1-0 to score right here at the Travel Ball National Championships from East Cobb Baseball here in Marietta. There's a fastball fisted out of play over our head. Watch out, Canuck. And into the trees. Bring the ball to the concession stand for a free pat on the back. Even up now for De Leon, 2-2. There's a good fastball, just misses away. Fills the count up, I think. Looked like he might have said 2-2, though. Maybe I missed something. There's a ball low. Nope, I was right. Count was full. And our first walk of the ball game for either team puts Austin Baker on first base with one out, and here's the third baseman, Ridge Raper. Last time the Elite had a man on first, they ran on the first pitch. We know the first pitch is probably going to be an all-speed pitch. I don't know what kind of wheels Raper's got. And he's going to stay home. A nice backhand stop by Emmanuel Scott as the catcher came up looking to throw, but he didn't have to. Mac Johnson stole after getting a single in the first inning. And if he'd have been just a third of a step slower, he'd have been out, dead to rights. Emmanuel Scott made a great throw. But a great jump and a very speedy base runner. Ended up stealing second, and that ended up being the difference. And the only run of the game was that stolen base. As the Elite manufactured a run, moved him over, moved him in on 2 ground balls. Very high-level baseball. Ball in the dirt, and Raper's going to take off. They'll test Emmanuel Scott. High throw as he came up and made it interesting. And we'll move Baker down to second. Not fair to give it an E2, but we're going to give him an E2. On the drop backhand. Could have been a wild pitch. It was in the dirt. I don't know. I don't have the official book anyway, so it don't matter. And on 4 pitches, Austin Baker will walk. I'm sorry. Ridge Raper walk. Baker's the one on base. That'll bring up the pitcher, Carter Frederick. Frederick will get a visit from his third base coach. And that will give Emmanuel Scott a chance to go out and talk to Josh De Leon. And what you say here is just rock and fire, cuz. You got one out. Carter Frederick's up there with runners on first and second. Last thing you want to do is walk them loaded. And you got a big target. Big, long, lanky joker. From the stretch is De Leon, and he will start him off with a off-speed pitch, as tends to be the case. 1 ball, no strikes. It's tough to tell from my vantage point if he's throwing straight changeups, big curveballs. Most of the time, I can't tell. That's a curveball. And it's 2-0. In the first inning, he was throwing nothing but strikes, and he was having a lot of success getting that off-speed pitch across. But right now, he is not having a lot of luck. Now, he was helped by the Elite trying to jump on those early pitches. High fastball, they'll throw down. I got to tell you, I like Emmanuel Scott behind the dish. He's not afraid to throw it. He's got a good arm. He's very accurate with the baseball. And they had Austin Baker out there jumping around, which he does a lot of. He's very distracting, and it's worked pretty well for his team so far. And they got tired of it and tried to get him. And on 4 more pitches, there's another walk, and the bases are loaded. Luke Smith as we get a semi-visit. I don't know if he took an official visit or not. I saw the Royals manager coming out of the dugout, and then nope, now he comes. Now he's going to run out there. He's going to get in there and give a little love. He's going to talk to the right-hander and try to settle him down. The kid's got good stuff. He's been in good shape. The only time they've got one single, a stolen base, and they've moved a couple of runners around on the ground balls, but they've not hit the ball solidly yet. One solid ball was caught. Mikey Fowler pounded one about 295 to left field, but just those strikes, man. You got good stuff. Luke Smith now. Bases loaded, one out. Let's see if the Royals can get out of this jam. Back to the windup he goes, and now he starts him with a fastball. That's a good piece of advice from the Royals manager as he comes out there and says, throw a strike, and it's 0-1. First strike, he's thrown in 3 batters. Now he goes back to the off-speed. My man Emmanuel Scott with a great run-saving stop back there. There's not a ton of room behind home plate here at East Cobb. Never has been, and there's bricks all around, so. Emmanuel Scott may have taken that one a little lower than most of us would care to talk about. He'll jump around a little bit, try to get the blood flowing. Get a little pound, and the home plate umpire will give him as long as he needs. They're kind of in the same fraternity back there. He pats him on the back. You're all right, Hoss. And off we go. I'm a fan of Emmanuel Scott. I'm going to tell you that now. In an inning and a half, he's impressed me. 1-1 count, bases loaded, fastball at the letters, too high. 2-1. De Leon in a jam of his own making. 2-1 fastball, rolled over third base and through the wickets. That 5-hole Jalen Gonzalez, a run will score. Up and in with it is Trey Walker, cut off at third by Gonzalez. And on an E5, Luke Smith drives in a run. That makes it 2-0. Brings up Trey Wallace. Raper moves to third and Frederick to second. Luke Smith's on first base. We'll get a fresh ball. Clean off the rubber. And here we go. They got just what they needed there. They had a double play ground ball, and Gonzalez was unable to come up with it. And there's a fastball at the knees for strike one. Still one out. 2-0 Alabama Elite, second inning. Bottom 2. Huge lead at first base. Fisted over our heads for the second strike. Luke Smith is halfway down the baseline before the ball is pitched. I believe Scott and Coupe could run a little play here. High fastball, and there comes Scott, and it's a high throw, and great job out of Coupe. If I had a big old Coupe over there at first base, I wouldn't be scared to throw down either. It's almost like I saw that one coming. And it looks like possibly Luke Smith may have been a little shaken up on the head first slide back into the bag. Without a high throw, he's out, just for the record, in case y'all are wondering. He was halfway to second base when the ball was let go. Scott saw it and threw down 2-2. Galli and Coupe shaded it short, straight away in the outfield, as there's a fastball that just catches low and away for strike 3 and the second out of the inning. Throw more fastballs. That's what I'd tell De Leon. You got good off-speed stuff, but you got to set it up with something, and you're throwing strikes with your fastball. Griffin Minor now, the center fielder. Base is still juiced. De Leon trying to get out of this with a minimum. If he gets out of this only giving up 1 run, especially with an error with the bases loaded, he's done well. Back to the off-speed pitch. At the knees for a strike. 1-0. Smith may be a little shaken up, but he's still playing games over here at first base. Not quite as big a lead. Here's a grounder. Coupe takes it, flips it to Figueroa for the third out of the inning. A nice job out of Josh DeLeon. He walks them loaded, and they have an error, and they only give up one. You got to count that as a win for the Royals. We go to, where are we going? The third inning. 2-0, Elite lead. Carter Frederick will head back out there. He'll be met by one of the largest 14-year-olds you'll ever see, Caleb Burns. Caleb Burns is a good-looking ball player. He's big and strong and long, wearing that 34. They'll pound it out. Frederick should have got him another retuck before he ran out there, though. He's just so big and long and lanky. You can't keep that thing in there. No chance. Eldridge Armstrong, Mateo Gaines, and Galleon Coupe as fastball misses low and away. It's 1-0. Armstrong, the left fielder, made a great play. Wasn't a great play. He made it look like a can of corn back to the warning track in the last inning in left field. As now Frederick's having a hard time. After cruising through the first two innings, he misses with his first two offerings of the third, and it's 2-0. The Elite lead 2-0, quarterfinals. Travel will select national champions. I have freshly sunscreened legs. Thank you to the Canuck. I realize I've been in the shade, but my old white chicken legs are in the sun. 3-1 now the count. As has been the case, when he misses low and on the right side. Most of the time that will be low and away. A couple of lefties here for the Royals, though. 3-1 hitters count. Let's see what they do with him here. Big wind-up. Kick, fire, walk. So a very clean first couple innings between these two teams. It's turned into a walk fest here lately. That's the first base runner of the day for the Royals. It'll bring up Mateo Gaines. Gaines will hit from the left side wearing that 21. I like those socks they've got with the white stripes as he's got the stirrups showing. I wonder if those are actual stirrups. Throw over. That's a pretty good move. He submarines it as he comes over with it. Ball kind of comes out of nowhere. It's got to look like nothing but knees and elbows coming at you when you're up there as they square and show bunt and they'll throw over again. They must know Armstrong can scoot. Armstrong gets a lead. It's not a huge lead. Now it is. He keeps adding to it. They square a bunt. Pull it back. It gets to the screen, and Armstrong will scamper on a pass ball down to second base. Let's see if they continue to show bunt with Gaines. Gaines the EH. Good lead at second. High fastball, Gaines takes it. East Cobb Astros wandering into the ballpark. Walking by our position here as they head down to the cages to warm up for their ball game here in about an hour. Kick, fire, miss. And Frederick's having a hard time finding the strike zone all of a sudden. He has a 2-0 lead. We're early in this one. Mikey Fowler will take time. He's going to go out there and talk it over with Frederick. Let's see what they came up with. Beautiful day here. East Cobb Baseball Travel Ball Select National Championships brought to you by TravelBallSelect.com. Go to TravelBallSelect.com and check out everything that's going on. We'll talk a little bit about the Travel Ball Director School, or Tournament Director School. As Armstrong's able to get under the throw back to second. If you've ever thought about being a tournament director, running a tournament, making a little extra money, you spend a lot of time at these tournaments and think you could do a good job of it, it's something that you would be good at. Well, there's only one school in the world to prepare you with everything you need for that, as Gaines draws the second walk of the inning. Runners on first and second now with no outs. And that is the Tournament Director School, Travel Ball Select. All the information you need right there at TravelBallSelect.com. Just go click the link, read all about it, and join up. It's a great way for you to make some extra money doing things that you love and enriching your community. Gallion Coupe now the shortstop. Will take strike one right at the knees. Look, I think we got about 30 more minutes before this 10 actually does us some good. It'll be nice. There's a change-up, throw down, and if it wasn't for Caleb Burns was playing in on the grass. That's a nice throw to Mikey Fowler. Had Caleb Burns not been on the grass, they might have had a play there on Mateo Gaines. That being said, Mateo Gaines might not have had the lead he had the first baseman not been in on the grass. You can't really say that. But what we can say is, very nice throw out of Fowler. Fastball misses low. Fowler backhands it. I believe we have an even count. It's one of them scoreboardless tournaments. That fastball just misses and should fill the count up. Tough to lay off that pitch, but Coupe shows great patience and a nice eye, and does just that. Nobody out, first and second. Royals trying to rally. Fastball, same spot. This time they're going to ring him up. When it's that close, you kind of go 50-50 sometimes, and that's exactly what happened there. That's the same pitch twice. You do a replay on those two pitches, lay them in there, same pitch twice. He guessed when the first one caught the ball, so if you throw it in there again, you go get the call. And there's out number one of the inning. Trey Walker now for the Royals. They'll throw behind and get him back as Armstrong. I want to see Armstrong run. They're paying a lot of attention to him. That means he can scoot. I like to watch him go first to third on a base hit. See him stretch it out. One of the most fun things you'll ever see is another guy lives in Chicago, Jason Hayward, will stretch it going from first to third. He's fun to watch run. Swing and a miss, fouled off at the plate by Walker. When Hayward gets to moving, boy, it's fun to watch. I got a feeling Eldridge might be fun to watch too. Straight away in the outfield. Off-speed pitch for a strike. And now they'll throw down again, and they might have got him. And they did. What a nice throw out of Fowler. And they caught Eldridge Armstrong too far off, and they will throw him out. And after advancing on an E2, Mikey Fowler makes up for it. A little 2-6 on the putout. And that's 2 outs. And they erased that runner in scoring position. What a big play that was. We've got two good catchers here with nice arms who aren't afraid to throw it, and that's fun to watch. Carter Frederick with his 9th retuck in 2 innings. And he's one of them deals like a garter, like the old men wear with their socks. You clip your socks to. I don't know if they make those for shirts. Probably tough to pitch with whatever that harnessing device would be. Onesie. The pitching onesie. Romper. Trey Walker now. Takes high. 1-0. Gaines at first, 2 outs. They had 2 on and nobody out. One pitch. Look, one pitch and it's already back. Poor kid, just let it go. Just leave it alone, man. I feel his pain. He'll throw over again. This elite team is not afraid to throw it around. It's his motion that's pulling it out. It's that big. It's a good, healthy motion, too. A lot of leg kick. A lot of drive. Good for your arm. And the runner's going to go. And this one is lined foul down the left-hand side off the brick wall. Luke Smith is apparently not very good at air hockey. She didn't play that very well off the bounce. But this is not the Air Hockey Select National Championships. It's Travel Ball Select National Championships. When you play out there, when you play in left field here, you got to be aware that's a lot of exposed brick. You go run chasing a foul ball over there, you can end up with a bad day. That's a lot of exposed brick down that left-hand side, and it's close to the line as you get farther out towards the foul pole. Fastball misses high again. They had the hit and run on, and I like that in that spot, especially coming back to the top of the lineup, should it work. They'll do it again. And what a slide! What a slide! They're going to strike him out. They're going to strike him out for the end of the inning anyway. But I'm watching Mateo Gaines down there. It looked like the Matrix get around that tag. Tag was on the money, or a throw was on the money. Mateo Gaines kind of worked around it. It didn't matter. It's a lot of effort for nothing. Trey Walker struck out looking, and that's the end of the inning. So we will go to the 4th. 2-0. Alabama Elite. I'm sorry, bottom of the 3rd. Back to the top of the lineup for the Elite. It's Mac Johnson, who has single, stolen a base, and scored, followed by Abernathy and Myers. No, that's not it at all. That's not Mac Johnson at all. Big, high chopper, fielded, thrown over. This kid can run. That's Abernathy. I guess I missed Johnson. I got off somehow. And Abernathy almost beats it out, but he goes down 6-3. Somehow I missed Mac Johnson. I guess he made the last out of the last inning. That's going to happen a lot today. Kind of doing everything by yourself up here, trying to keep up with it. Braylon Myers now. It's it's possible that the lineup they gave me had a DH, EH situation that I wasn't aware of, and I've got too many kids on this deal, but we'll sort it out. Either way, it's Braylon Myers. Double deuce. Takes a strike at the knees. They shade him to right all the way around. The big lefty. His last time up, he got an RBI when he grounded out to the second baseman, Figueroa. He shoots another foul ball into my buddy Tom Araquazo's tent over there on field 2, which is always fun. I should put a bounty on Tom. Anybody who actually knocks Tom out of his chair with a foul ball, $5. 5 whole crisp American dollars. Another grounder to Figueroa. Figueroa will flip it over to Coupe, and they'll flip it around after the second out of the inning. Goes 4-3, and that'll bring up Caleb Burns. Caleb Burns got fooled on an all-speed pitch in his first at-bat to strike out. Let's see what he can do here. After struggling to find the strike zone in the last inning, Josh DeLeon for these LC Royals has come out here and looked sharp in the third. And he'll throw another off-speed fest. Burns off the fist. Will beat it out as Coupe is pulled off the bag from the throw from Gonzalez. That one might have rolled foul had Gonzalez given it the chance, but when you get one rolled over by a man the size of Caleb Burns, I don't have a problem with trying to take advantage of that. I don't really necessarily want him getting one solid. He might could fly one in the top of those pine trees. E5 on a throw. Puts Burns at first for Mikey Fowler, who hit a bullet to left field his last at bat. He'll take strike one on a fastball. It was nothing but early count off-speed stuff from DeLeon early, but after getting into some trouble throwing strikes the last inning, they've backed off on that. There he pulls the string on a changeup and catches the inside corner. He's ahead 0-2. Caleb Burns at first base. Looks like he could play tight end for somebody as he lumbers down to second base on a pass ball. The 2 times we've seen Mikey Fowler swing the bat, he has swung with 110% of his bat swing efficiency. He does not get cheated. Big loopy curveball, and that ball's coming at me. Right on top of the old Tensky. I'd have made the play if it wasn't for this communist 10 of yours. And that's what I get for making fun of Tom. I put a bounty out on Tom. They start hitting into me. He must have one-upped me. Another big looping curveball. Lifted into left field. Walker coming up for it, and it bounces off of his glove. And Caleb was running from the jump, and he's going to score. Given the nature of that one and how far Trey Walker had to go, we're going to give Mikey Fowler a single. Another RBI. Third base, two base error on the throw. And we're going to score Caleb Burns. And it's 3-0. They've scored in every inning so far. I'm not the official scorer, but that's the way we're going to score it. Probably should have made that play in left field, but hey, I'm in a generous mood. Burns was on the run as soon as it was hit. Here's one driven out to left field again. Another opportunity for Walker. He backpedals and pulls it in, and the inning will end. But not before the Elite strike for another one. A run on no hits and 3 errors. They leave one on. It's 3-0, 4th inning. Top half of the fourth inning here at East Cobb Baseball Complex and the Travel Ball Select National Championships. This quarter-final round, the Alabama Elite lead 3-0 over the LC Royals. Back to the top of the lineup now for the Royals as Jeremy Figueroa will dig in. And I made it through their lineup without getting messed up on the book. I guess 50% is pretty good. Fresh retuck for Frederick. And he misses with his first offering, and it's 1-0. I managed to keep his shirt tucked in. Cruising right along here. He misses low and away again. And Frederick is a fast worker, but so far these first offerings, he's kind of slowed down his pace. I don't know if he's got something going on in his head, or there's a fastball for a strike. It's 2-1. Or if he's just upset about his shirt not staying tucked in, no matter how hard he tries, which he's made a legitimate effort. But he has slowed his pace. He misses again. It's 3-1. And now he puts his hands on his knees and drops his head. He's getting a little frustrated with his inability to find the strike zone, I think. And it happened on the first pitch. I noticed it on the first pitch of the inning. These dudes have been up since 5 o'clock this morning, though. And no telling how late they played last night. And there's a fourth ball, and Figueroa will scamper down to first base, and Figueroa looks like he might have some wheels on him, too. Keep an eye here. And manager sees something that I see, and he's going to scoot out there to talk to him. Let's see if they're going to make a change here. There's some body language there that just was worrisome for a coach. And I is one. They're going to leave him out there. I'd let him see another bat or two. Man, no telling what he told him, but Carter Frederick has been the man of supreme confidence as he's been out there, but very quickly in this inning, he just had some different body language to him, and a lot of times that could be a physical situation. I don't know. It's the kind of thing that worries you. Runner at first now after a base on balls is Figueroa. That brings up Isaiah Coupe, the first baseman. Coupe did a nice job over at first base today. Carter Frederick trots out that nice move of his. Figueroa able to get back. Sun has moved to a point that my curtain's not working anymore. Ball on the field, down the right field line. We'll have a timeout, a chance for Ridge Raper to walk in and talk to Frederick. This would be a good time to tell a joke. Sometimes you gotta go in and poke your guy and get his mind in the right spot. Still no pitch to Coupe as they've thrown over twice. Nice lead over here for Figueroa. And Figueroa's off to the races. They squared a bunt and a late throw. It looked to me like Mikey Fowler couldn't get his hand on the ball. Fowler throws a frozen rope down to second base, though. And the speedy Figueroa has a stolen base. Runner at second, nobody out. Mikey Fowler's got some kind of arm. I don't know even if he would have been able to grip that one cleanly. If he'd have been able to get Figueroa, who had a great jump. Figueroa with a huge lead at second now. This elite team has shown they will throw it around, and this one is going to be fisted down the third base line and fair. It'll bounce off those bricks. Figueroa comes in to score, bobbled, and into the cutoff man. That's an RBI double for Isaiah Coupe, who just guides that one inside the third base line, and it's 3-1. That brings up Jaden Gonzalez. Gonzalez, the third baseman. Hadn't had his best day in the field so far, but a chance here with a runner in scoring position to help his team out. as they trail 3-1, top 4, Travel Ball Select National Championship. Quarterfinal division, or round, pardon me. Coupe scrambles back. Frederick, fastball, fisted off, foul. To Jaden Gonzalez. Gonzalez grounded out in his first at bat. Have to move the old curtain there, Sherry Lynn. I'm going to duck behind this box to see. They'll throw back again. Nope, too far. Right there. Thank you. Runner goes off the third. Fowler's throw is on the money, but a huge jump. And another stolen base. Coupe takes third. Well, they're gutsy running on Fowler. Fowler has been accurate with the velocity all day long. Maybe a little slow on the release there, but those are things you can fix. You can't teach that arm. Runner at third, nobody out. For Jaden Gonzalez, I have no idea what the count is, and they're going to stop the thing and make him tuck his shirt in. If they make Carter Frederick tuck his shirt in every time it comes out, we will be here until the good Lord comes back. The kid's doing everything he can do to keep it in. I think the home plate umpire is giving him the back. I think if it comes out of the back, you're fine. Once it comes all the way out, he's making him stop and retuck. Yep, see, one pitch and the back's back out. There's nothing he can do. It's just a constant inning by inning wardrobe malfunction. There's a good fastball. That must have been away. Gonzalez with a runner at third. Just about anything in play. They're in at the corners, but just about anything in play will score that run. Ooh, low fastball called, strike three. Ooh, at the shoe tops. Ooh. And that's the first out of the inning. That's the first real questionable call I've seen. That ball looked really low. But they've been consistent with the low strikes today. So, with 2 strikes on you, tough to look at that pitch. There's a fastball for a strike to Emmanuel Scott, who grounded out to short in his first at bat. And if he could ground out to short here, he'd have a 3-2 ball game on his hands. 1 out, 1 in, 1 at third for the Royals. 1-1 as that one misses away. Another low fastball. This time they call it ball 2. 2-1, Coupe at third. Isaiah Coupe, not Galleon. Galleon's a cool name. It's a Spanish ship, right? The Galleon, or is that a gallon? Galleon was a coin. The gallon, I don't know. I'm from South Georgia. I think it was a ship. I think it was a Spanish ship. Fastball misses. And now the runner's on the corner as Scott draws a base on ball. Second walk of the inning for Frederick, and they're going to come out now. And Frederick's thinking, just let me untuck my shirt. This is miserable. Pitch runner is checking in. Let's see who we get here. Who is number 3? Ben Abernathy, the second baseman. So Abernathy's going to move over. We'll take a break while he warms up. It's 3-1, Royals threatening. right, well, we've had a little shuffle. Carter Fredericks going to tuck his shirt in and head to right field. Luke Smith is going to come in at second base, and Ben Abernathy, the second baseman, going to slide in to pitch. Nice job out of Carter Frederick, though. He's looked good, but I think he ran out of juice early in this one, early in this fourth inning, and he realized it. These are long tournaments for these guys. They throw a lot, and I think that's what that body language was out there. After that first batter, we saw it. And now we're ready. We got a pinch runner in for the Royals, and I don't know who that is. I would like to find out. Fastball, inside corner for a strike. That is, oh yeah, this is T-Bay Rakitare. Good chance I got that wrong, but his first name is T-Bay. I know that. I've talked to this young man, and it's Rakitare, I think. Rakitare is how you pronounce it, I think. Mama, if that's wrong, I'm sorry, baby. Nothing personal. Nice young man. Talked to him down there amongst the bricks in left field. And now he's dirty. Twice. And now another meeting. This game was moving along really quickly, but now we're kind of pumping along. You know, in travel ball, you run into a lot of throwing over. You get to this level, every run matters, and if you can steal it out here or there or keep a guy close, they throw over a lot. Runner goes, throws high, Fowler, gun, on the money, got him, ear tag. T-Bay goes down, and I've been saying running on Mikey Fowler is awful brave. And that time they proved it as Mikey shows that arm off. And that's the second out of the inning, and I don't know about running into an out there. Not with that arm. High throw, Mikey goes and gets it. Iguanawa, the center fielder, has flied out to to right, in his only at bat. And Iguanawa fouls that one off. Iguanawa, good-looking ball player with a long last name. I don't have any idea how to spell Iguanawa. I just wrote it out phonetically the best I could. I think it starts with an E. Does not start with an E in my book. And he lifts a fly ball right field. This is trouble. Luke Smith goes back and prays and makes the play. That's the third one Luke's caught. And how he's getting around that sun, I don't know. He's got eyeballs of steel. But he makes another good play. That's trouble. Anything to the right side is trouble for me. I realized it was just pop fly. No sunglasses. Smith reels it in. Royals threaten, but Abernathy comes in and shuts it down. 3-1 the score going to the bottom half of the inning. Josh DeLeon, who's done a nice job, will stay on. DeLeon stays on. And Ridge Raper will bat. Off-speed pitch taken for ball one. Fastball low, and it's 2-0. Kind of every other inning here for De Leon. We've been able to find the strike zone. Let's see if he can straighten it out here. And he does. A get me over BP fastball for strike one, and it's 2-1. Grounded, short, coupe to coupe for out 1A. 6-3 goes Raper. One away for Carter Frederick. Bet you Carter Frederick plays quarterback for somebody. Big, strong, long kid. Takes a high and in fastball for ball one. They're from Alabama. Everybody in Alabama has to play football. It's like state law. Off-speed pitch in the dirt, bounces away from Emmanuel Scott. We've seen two really exceptional performances out of both these catchers today. It's been fun to watch. Last day of a tournament at this age group and these kind of deals, it's always interesting to me to see how good these catchers still are. They're not out of gas, of course. It's tougher to do when you get to be our age, but man, they're impressive. 3-0 count now. Frederick taking all the way, 3-1. As that fastball gets in there at the knees. And he will take high and in. That one wasn't even close. And with one out, Frederick draws a walk. That brings up Luke Smith, who reached on an error. Smith's claim to fame is he's mastered the sun this game somehow. Jacob Peters will come in and run for Carter Frederick. Carter went through that entire play without ever losing the tuck of his shirt, which is burying the headline. And this ball is going to be driven by Smith into the gap, right field, going back for it, and making a nice play as Eldridge Armstrong. You're going to have a hard time getting anything out there that Armstrong can't get to, as he is fast as lightning. And we've got 2 outs now. Still a runner at first for Trey Wallace. Wallace struck out looking in his first at bat. Peters leads from first, and he will go. Swing and a miss, throw on the money, and dead to rights is Peters. And that's all she wrote, and it looks like my man Peters may not have had to sign to steal. He took off on his own. And another great play out of one of these catchers. No score. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. That was a weird inning. We go to the 5th inning. 3-1 your score. Elite leads. Abernathy will come back in. Top half of the fifth inning, quarterfinals, travel ball select national championship. Alabama Elite leads the LC Royals 3-1. LC, their best opportunity so far in the last inning, only able to scratch out one. Will try to do something as Josh DeLeon tries to help himself here. He's pitched a nice game and flied out to left field his last at bat. Abernathy came in halfway through the last inning and got him out of a jam. And his first fastball is fouled straight back by by DeLeon. Straight away in the outfield. Pretty much straight up on the infield. Off-speed pitch, checks his swing, evens it up at 1. There's a fastball driven into center field. Griff Minor backpedals and hauls it in. Well hit ball, but Griff Minor was there to make the play, and there's one out. That'll bring up Eldridge Armstrong. Armstrong walked and then reached second on a pass ball and kind of got stranded there. There's a nasty breaking pitch. That's going to break in there for strike 1. It's 0-1. Kid just came down that hill on a scooter. This one's driven out into right field. Frederick holds his hand up to block the sun, fights it, backpedals, and then makes the play and then kind of shakes his head. I'm telling you, folks, that sun out there is nothing to play with. It's not exactly the Wu-Tang Clan, but it's close. 2 outs for Mateo Gaines. Kid came down on a scooter. Did you see the kid come down that hill on a scooter going 90 miles an hour? I'd kill myself if I went half that fast. This one's going to be gloved by Abernathy. Up, over to Big Burns. 3 up, 3 down. Easy peasy. Beautiful. Cover girl. 3-1 your score. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Trey Wallace will lead it off here for the Elite as they try to add to a 3-1 lead. We call it insurance runs. A little all-state situation, State Farm. Well, mama works. I like being on field 1. This is, I think, my favorite field at East Cobb. You got the red brick and the tree outline, the high wall and left, little short porchy situation. The strike 1 from Josh DeLeon finds its hole. This is the quarterfinals of the Travel Ball Select National Championship. The winner of this one goes on to face the West Georgia Warriors, I believe, right here at noon. There's a little bit of confusion. I I think it's right here at noon. We'll see one of these two teams play the West Georgia Warriors for the opportunity to go to the championship round. Big swing and a miss, 0-2. Trey Wallace struck out looking in his first at bat on a nasty, nasty changeup from Josh DeLeon. Let's see what DeLeon dials up here on an 0-2 situation. He's got some room to play. He will throw him another change, and this time, Wallace had it timed. He was just a little bit off and fouls it straight back. 1-2 count, 3-1 the game. There's a kind of a 6 to 12 curveball that travels about 61 feet. 2-2 offering from DeLeon. Fastball right down the pipe. Strike 3. And Wallace has his second strikeout of the day. So 1 out now for Griff Minor, who grounded to short in his last at bat. The old Coupe to Coupe connection. Gallion Coupe, the shortstop. Isaiah Coupe, the first baseman. No, you know what? That wasn't. I figured out our mistake. Griff Minor. That wasn't him. That was Mac Johnson. That's where we lost it. All right. So anyway, this is Johnson, who singled in the first and stole a base and scored. So something's going on with. Maybe they're pitch hitting for Griff. I don't know. DHing for Griff. Here's one fisted in the left field. Trey Walker is under it, and he will pull it in. A little F7 situation for the second out of the inning will bring up Ben Abernathy. I bet you could turn around and toss the ball to Mac Johnson on a toss sweep, and you would not be disappointed. He might need a block and a half. He just looks like he'd want to run you over. He's a good-looking athlete. A lot of good-looking athletes on these two teams. First pitch, fly center field. Iguanawa is there and makes a secure catch. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Top half of the 6th inning coming your way. Royals trailing by 2. It's 3-1 from the Travel Ball Select National Championship. Gallion Coupe will lead it off for the Royals here. They got 2 more opportunities here. Top half of the 6th inning. Abernathy still out there for the Elite, trying to hold on to a 3-1 lead. Struck out looking did Coupe in his last at bat. That was against Frederick, not against Abernathy. This will be his first look at Abernathy. Rock, fire, curveball, strike. 0-1. What a way to start. Beautiful pitch. 0-1 pitch is a beautiful fastball. Abernathy's kind of finding his groove here. Young man's looking good. He's from the stretch all the time. I don't hate that at all. Misses high with that one. I love how Mikey Fowler, if there's nobody on base, Mikey Fowler ain't getting up. I'm good. It's hot out here. You have your man on deck circle, come get that ball. I ain't moving. There's nobody on. No reason to be alarmed. Fastball, line, base hit, left field. Coupe waits back on it and drives that one through the gap on the left side of the infield. That's just what the old doctor ordered for the Royals. Base knock, Coupe, and brings up Trey Walker, who also struck out looking at his at-bat against Frederick. Frederick now resides out in right field. Do a shirt tail check on Frederick. Yeah, he's good. Fastball misses low. They'll throw behind the runner and almost get him. While Mikey Fowler will not get up when there's nobody on base, you better believe he's getting up when there's a runner on, because he wants nothing more than to eat steaks, talk to girls, and throw runners out. Foul tip to the plate on a bunt attempt. It's 1-1. I don't know if that's true. It's possible he's a vegetarian and already has a girlfriend. But I know the third part is true. Wants to throw people out. His girlfriend's watching. I want to get him in trouble. I don't have any kind of information. Fastball fouled off at the plate again. That was fake news. That was fake. That was actual fake news is what that was. If we're honest. Five-ash. This game has ground to a halt here. All right, here we go. Runner at first. Nobody out. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Throw is a little high, and under the tag goes Galley and Coupe. He gets a stolen base. Walker goes down swinging. There's one out. We go back to the top of the lineup. And Figueroa, who has struck out, walked, stolen a base, and scored the only run of the day for the Royals. Good crew here. Two-man crew. They've done a good job. They've kept this game moving. They've communicated well with these coaches. One ball strike call that maybe was questionable. Maybe. From my angle, who knows? Everything else, man, this game has been, these guys have done a great job. I wish I had their names. I don't. As soon as I say that, they're about to blow something. It's a hard job to do, especially when the game moves as fast as these guys with a two-man crew. They've done a fantastic job. Looks like the East Cobb Astros have finished in their batting cage warm-ups, and they're heading back towards field two. Fastball misses low and away. Mikey Fowler did the best he could to frame that one up, but just didn't work out for him. I believe our next game is on this field at 10 o'clock. Now, how I'm going to get lineups for both teams before the 10 o'clock start when it's the sixth inning at 9:28, I'll never know, but I will do my best. We may call them that guy and that guy for the first inning and a half. People just have to bear with us. Figueroa showed bunt. Every time the Royals have shown bunt this game, they've stolen a base. There's a fastball for a strike. They're not scared to run on Fowler. I'll tell you this much, I am. Kid needs to register that arm is a concealed weapon. Fastball lifted into left center field. Losing his hat, but not the ball, is Luke Smith. He reels it in, flips it back in. I'm sorry, that's Trey Wallace out there. So Trey Wallace went to left field from right field. And Luke Smith, it's all, who knows. When they start moving them around, folks, it's tough to keep up with. That's Trey Wallace. Either way, it's the second out of the inning. Brings up Isaiah Coupe, who has an RBI double and is struck out. Single scores a run here if he can get one in play. All the way back in the box is Coupe. A throw behind again, and it was close, but he got in there. Did Gallon Coupe. I'm assuming they're brothers. They could be cousins. We're going to call them brother. They're definitely related. That's not a name you find just accidentally on the same team. Ground ball out towards short. Over is Myers. Myers with a strong throw to the target that is hard to miss in Caleb Burns. And 6-3 goes Coupe for the third out of the inning. Royals threaten, unable to score. Trying to add them to the lead in the bottom half of the sixth will be the Alabama Elite right here at the Travel Ball National Championships from East Cobb Baseball. Leading off will be, who we got? Myers, Braylon Myers, the double deuce. De Leon still out there, starts him with not his best offering, if we're honest. Not the best pitch Josh De Leon's ever thrown, but I'm going to assume he's thrown worse. Either way, it's ball one, 1-0. Much better fastball, evens it up at 1-1. And his last at bat, Myers grounded out to second. He drove in the first run of the game on a sacrifice little roller. It's a good play. Played a run, give himself up for his team. Made it 1-0, and now he's leading off here, trying to get something started. Get some insurance runs. And he will. Grounded into right field for a solid single. That'll bring up big Caleb Burns. Or maybe not. We get a pitch hit situation. Blake Miller. I don't get to see Caleb Burns hit. That makes me sad. But Miller looks like a good ball player too, so he's going to get an opportunity here, and he's going to square the bunt, and it's a beaut. Fielded by De Leon, and he is going to scoop it up and make the play. But Blake Miller with an excellent sacrifice. Great job moving the runner over. That's a good piece of baseball right there. They took their big monster cleanup hitter out to bunt the runner over to second. I like it. That's coaching baseball. Now Mikey Fowler. Mikey Fowler's got dirt from head to toe. He's been gutting it out behind the plate, and when he swings, I feel a breeze. He swings so hard. Let's see if he can get this runner in. One out, runner at second. 2-run lead for the Elite as they look to pad a lead. Big curveball. That must have went around the plate for ball two. Missing wildly. Nice job by Emmanuel Scott to get that and hold the runner where he was. Scott had to come out of his crouch and leap to his left to pull that one in. And he did just that. 3-0 count now. to Mikey Fowler. I would give him the green light, but I am uber aggressive, and I like kids that swing really hard. They have taken their cleanup batter out to bunt a guy over, so I'm going to assume he has not got the green light here, and he doesn't. He's going to show bunt and pull back and throw a BP strike. It's 3-1. He's still in a good situation here at 3-1. Still a good hitter's count. Going to try to pound one off of a wall. He chased Trey Walker to the shadow of the warning track earlier in this game. And there's that big cut. I love watching that kid swing. It's like a softball swing. He lets it fly. And with a full count, I don't know what's going on. We have balls. Maybe a ball that was from off the field, came into the field. I missed it. So here we go. Payoff pitch. Runner at second. One out. Fowler wanted to offer. Didn't pull the trigger. And draws a walk. Runners at first and second now. For Austin Baker. Baker has walked and scored a run. We're going to get a pinch runner at first base. That'll be Jacob Peters. Last time he pinch ran, he got 3 out at second base. On a caught stealing. He doesn't have anywhere to go now. There's a runner at second. Anybody, the first person who brings me some sort of meat sandwich to this booth, I'll give you some money and hug you and climb a ladder to get up here. But meat sandwich officially requested to the top of the first base dugout to one Casey Bass. Strike one taken by Baker. He doesn't take that one, and he gets out in front of a fastball and drives it into the brick wall down the third baseline, foul. Good contact, but 0-2 in the hole. Travel Ball Select National Championships quarterfinal. 3-1 the score. Meeting on the mound. Listen, go to travelballselect.com and check out everything that's going on with the company. It's fantastic. They've got a new school, tournament director school. If you've ever thought about you spend a lot of time out at these tournaments, and you think, why are they doing this or why are they doing that? Not necessarily these tournaments. These are great, very well-run tournaments, but you don't just go to Travel Ball Select tournaments and you end up maybe at some sort of tournament and you think, I could do better than the people who are running this. Well, now it's time to put your money where your mouth is. The only travel ball or the only tournament director school in the world. And it's put on by Travel Ball. So go to travelballselect.com and check out all the information. Fouled off at the plate. Staying alive is Baker. It's a fantastic opportunity for him. TravelBallSelect.com's got all the info you need. There is no breeze. It just occurred to me, there is literally zero wind in this facility right now. Every flag is straight down. It's warm, but it's not miserable. It will be about 2 o'clock, though. Off-speed pitch. Short-armed it. There's a throw, and a nice job by Figueroa of keeping that ball from going into center field. Figueroa De Leon tried to guide that one. And it came up short. Fred and Amy pulling up on the old golf cart. There's a fastball that's going to be driven in right field and down for a base hit. On his horse from second base is Myers. Myers going to get green light. Throw to the plate is on time, but I think he got under the tag, and they're going to call him out. Nice job blocking the plate by Emmanuel Scott. Eldridge Armstrong came up firing, and they got aggressive, and he put it on him. Runners stay at first and second, so a base hit by Baker. It's the second out of the inning. It's going to be retired by Braylon Myers on the old world-famous 9-2 putout. 2 outs now, runners at first and second for Raper. He has walked and grounded out. And that's an excellent play out of Eldridge Armstrong. Armstrong, another one of those cats I think you could just open up and throw a toss sweep to, going about your business. Fastball lifted high in the air down the first base line. Coupe giving chase. I can't see. Did he catch it? No. Coupe and Armstrong converging on it, but I saw it bounce. So that means it didn't end well for the Royals. Is there a meat sandwich in that cooler they just brought up here? Bottom half of the sixth inning, Elite trying to add on. Had an opportunity, but Eldridge Armstrong showed off his arm in right field. And was able to get Myers at home plate. Raper now the third baseman. Trying to scratch across the run. He's going to pop this one up into that. It's a tough sky, folks. Coupe comes over and makes the play for the third out of the inning. So they threaten, but they can't get one across. But they've got a 2-run lead as we go to the top half of the seventh inning, trying to close it out and go to the semifinals of the Alabama Elite right here from the Travel Ball Select National Championships. Abernathy's going to stay out there and try to close it out. And it'll be the heart of the lineup for the Royals. Gonzalez, Scott, and Iguanawa. Gonzalez is grounded out and struck out looking. What they need right now is a base runner. Off-speed pitch, checks his swing, 1-0. 3-1. The Elite lead the Royals. Winner advances to a game that I have on the bracket is being played here at noon, but I'm getting some confusion. That game may not be here at noon. I don't know. We will find out. The winner plays the West Georgia Warriors, though. We know that. Just don't know where. Up and out of play. That's kind of a dangerous spot. Heads up, folks. Tree caught it. That's an excellently placed tree. That's a concussion saver right there. Abernathy came in the fourth inning. Has been lights out. Grounded short. Myers up, over, and Blake Miller's going to reel it in. Blake Miller stays in at first base for Burns. And quickly there's one out. Emmanuel Scott, who has walked and grounded out. now bats. Breaking pitch, it doesn't break for ball one. 1-0 the count. Shallow in center, straight up on the corners. Even with the bag is Raper at third. Creeping in is Miller at first. Here's a grounder, handled by Smith. Smith to Miller, 2 outs. So 1 out away from the semifinals are the Elite from Birmingham, Alabama. They're kind of from all over the state, but their home base is in Birmingham. And they'll have to get Josh Iguanawa here. Iguanawa has flied out to second, or popped out to second, flied out to right. The wind's, and all I said was, we don't have any wind, and here it comes. Whew, pretty little slider. Pops in there for strike one. That one broke a little too quickly. 58-foot slider. It's 1-1. Defense has been great for the Elite. I'm throwing fastballs and make them hit it, is what I say. Can't check his swing. And strike two. Iguanawa tried to hold up, but he just couldn't do it. As the bottom fell out from under that Abernathy offering. And now he's 1 strike away from closing this one out. Uh-oh, look at Mikey. Nobody on base, and Mikey got up and chased the ball. I think it's because he felt like he should have got that one. I want a Mikey Fowler bobblehead doll. That's all I'm saying. My hero. And swinging strike 3 in the dirt. Throw down. Miller has it, and that's the ball game. 3-1. Your final. The Alabama Elite close this one out, and they move on to see the Warriors, who they had a 2-1 game against last night, and they will rematch to go to the championship game. That's going to do it for us. The Royals go home, but the Elite, they move on right here. The Travel Ball Select National Championships brought to you by TravelBallSelect.com.